All right, let's look at how you're going to export your projects when they're ready. So we're going to go into After Effects, and we've got this project that we've done, the animated clean lower third. So first of all, if I choose File, Save As, I'm saving the After Effects project, a .aep file. I save that to my hard drive, and that will include the composition and links to all of the imported materials. What I want to do now is I want to render the composition so that I can use it somewhere else or upload it to YouTube or place it onto a DVD or whatever the case may be. So there's two ways to do this. One is to render from right inside of After Effects, and the other is to use the Adobe Media Encoder. So I'm going to show you how to render from right inside of After Effects. Then I'll show you how to use the Media Encoder. So this first exercise is using After Effects. So I'm going to go up to Composition, and I'm going to choose Add to Render Queue. And what that does is it changes the timeline area to the render area. So there's a couple of different options here. One is the render settings, and you'll see that right now it's using best settings. I clicked the little triangle here, 1920 by 1080. So it's basically matching the original composition. Next is the output module. I want to leave it on lossless, but I can click and I can change the options. So if I click where it says lossless, it brings up the output module settings. If I click on a little drop down, there's presets here that I can use. I'm going to click on lossless again, and we have two options. One is to export it as AVI, the other is to export as QuickTime. I'm going to export this as AVI. If I'm on PC, I'm going to choose AVI or QuickTime, either one of those. Then I want to come over here and choose how I want to save the file. I'm going to choose the comp name for the file, and then I'm going to give it a name and choose the location. So when I click here, I get to choose the location where the file is going to be stored. So I've made a folder called Motion Graphics After Effects Export, and I'm going to call this Clean Lower Third underscore A. Williams. All right, and I'm saving it as an AVI file. I'm going to click Save, and now I'm ready to click the render button. It's going to crank along and render that file. And there's my project that's been rendered as an AVI file. Okay. So when it gets all the way to the end, it's going to go ding, and that's how you know it's done. Okay. Now, I can output it differently, right? In addition to that, I can output let's close it and open it again. Add to render queue. I'm going to close the first one. This time, I'm going to go to lossless, and I want to set it to RGB plus alpha. And the reason why is because if it's just RGB, right now the background is black and it's going to hold that black, but I want to make that background transparent. I'm going to show you what the difference is. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click here, Comp 1. I'm going to name it Clean Lower Third A. Williams 02. And I'm going to click Save and render it again. Okay, it's almost done. There's my render. Let's look at another render. Composition, add to render queue, and this time I want to change it from format AVI to QuickTime, and I'm also going to output to RGB plus alpha. Click OK. Change. Now it's going to have the extension .mov. I'm going to rename it. Lower third. QuickTime with transparency. I already did one. I was practicing. Let's say 02. Save. And then I'm going to render. So you can render, the QuickTime render is much faster. So why is it important to export with the RGB plus alpha? Let me show you in the next video.